What's up, guys? So I'm working on a new series. Um, it's gonna be called Smallville Rebirth. If you guys are following my Instagram, well, I don't really know if anyone's subscribed to this YouTube channel who's also subscribed to my Instagram. But yeah, Smallville Rebirth is kind of like something that I've been conceptualizing for a while now. A lot of my projects were really it's been in it's been in the making for a long time. um so it's like I think it just needed the right amount of time to like simmer. And Smallville Rebirth is essentially a reboot of the Smallville franchise, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people who were born in the 90s grew up with, because it came out like right on the like I believe like literally 2000, like very very early 2000s. But Smallville Rebirth is going to be kind of like a reimagining of that. Obviously I will be playing Clark Kent. It's going to be a different kind of take on him. I do not want to get too much into detail, but I also don't want to be too scarce. The suit and concept art, it's on my Instagram. I might post it, here. I might re-edit the video or something. But yeah, I'm gonna be vlogging kind of like the journey to that. I know I didn't do that with my other short film, Fragile Visions. But there is gonna be a something down the line, because I still do have a lot of like remaining footage that I haven't edited, it like behind the scenes footage for Fragile Visions. And something that I like to do with all my projects, because right now I have Fragile Visions, Poltergeist Squad that are up, like actually up. Poltergeist Squad is more of like I would say, like a comedy horror. I've uploaded like the first, like 3 minutes on my Instagram. I did upload the full episode on my channel, but I had to take it down because I realized that I did not finish editing when I saved it. For some reason I thought I finished it. It's like very minor things that need to be changed. But today the whole plan is to talk about the suit, to elaborate more on the story, and to kind of clarify it, and also like just see where we're at. I don't want to reveal too much, but like I said, like I don't see a point in really keeping it a secret, because this is a fan project. And ultimately the goal is to get this up and running, actually send it off to like Warner Brothers or DC or some point, and like actually make this a thing. Because the first question you might think about is like, hey, like you're not Caucasian, like Superman's a Caucasian guy. But to that I say that if you guys have read the new Absolute Superman in that universe is meant to represent, I believe, like a minority. He's not like a blue-eyed, he's not that rendition of Superman, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that Superman. I recently like watched David Corenswet's Superman. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I cannot wait for Man of Tomorrow. So this is just going to be a different rendition of that. So I'm going to be playing obviously like a Filipino version or an Asian version, like ethnically diverse, like people. The reason why I think I'm good for that type of role, like ethnically, like more ethnically ambiguous role, because like I think this version of Superman is going to represent everyone who who is like a minority, considered a minority. And I think this version of Superman is going to be a minority, and I think it's important to kind of like get into that. Although I haven't really, like, through the writing process, I haven't I haven't incorporated that too much, because like this chapter of the story, I don't want to copy the DC when I say chapter, but this era of the story is gonna be more on like kind of like the exposition, like what's happening in this world. And if you guys have read the synopsis, I haven't I posted on Instagram, but to the effect of, the synopsis is to the effect of after like something major happens, this small town that was long forgotten, is now the key to saving, reality itself. And I know this is like a lot for a Smallville type show. Like literally, this is a Smallville show. I know the guys up in like Michael Rosenbaum and Tom Welling. They stated that they're working on an animated Smallville, and I don't want to I don't want to get in the way of that. So Smallville Rebirth is literally a rebirth of this story. I think one of the things that really like captivated people is the fact that this is a Superman story before he even became Superman. I think that this story is gonna be different, but it's also definitely gonna be, it's gonna have a lot of the same things that we love from the show. There's gonna be, obviously one of the main characters is gonna be Lex Luthor. Another one is gonna be, I don't want to get too much into it, but we're not gonna have Lana Lang in this show. We're gonna have Lois Lane, right off the bat. Lois Lane. At this point, we're gonna find out what happens to Lana. She's not in Smallville anymore, but we have Lois Lane coming in from Metropolis, and we're really excited for you guys to meet her. We're really excited for you guys to meet Lex. They have a really interesting dynamic. In this rendition, Lex Luthor is going to be younger than Clark. I know in every other iteration, Lex has always been kind of older, older than Clark. But in this rendition, I wanted Lex to be younger, and I think that that's going to be a very purposeful thing. The main villain for season 1 is going to be Zatanna. Which is kind of like coincidental because I literally just read yesterday that Wonder Woman's going to be fighting against Zatanna in the Absolute Comics. So it's like kind of like crazy that coincided with how we're going to handle Zatanna. But yeah, I'm really excited to for you guys to see how that plays out, because yeah, this is, as you guys know, Superman isn't exactly impervious. Is that the right word? Superman isn't exactly he doesn't do well with magic too much, so kind of like seeing that dynamic right off the bat, we're going right in there. And I know Zatanna was actually even in the original Smallville show as well, so that might, that also ties into this as well. And I think that it's gonna be cool. This is gonna be setting up a new era of Smallville. And I think this is going to be something that a lot of people are going to enjoy. And I certainly had a lot of fun writing it, and I certainly have had a lot of fun conceptualizing it. And, Smallville Rebirth coming soon. More updates will be posted as they're available. Thank you so much for watching, guys.